Welcome back to the shooting channel. A lot of you have been saying about plastic wad cartridges, fibre wad cartridges, does it make any difference? On sporting, I don't believe it makes that much odds. It's the same for everyone. When you come to the Olympic disciplines, they're looking at that very top end margin for error. So I believe on the Olympic side, yes, it does make. And if you go around the world, you'll hear a lot of the top end Olympic shots. They will always favour plastic cartridges because the patterning is better. Because when you're shooting at a thin edge going away target, or Olympic trap or Olympic skeet target, you want everything to just get those extra 1 or 2s. On sporting and FITAS, possibly FITAS, you like that plastic wad shell just to get that distance. But generally, if they change the fibre wad cartridges, I don't think you'll see much odds. But I'm going to get pattern. I've got a Browning 525 with 1/4.5 choke, and I've got 2 of Fiocchi's. I've got Fiocchi Premium top end cartridge that a lot of the Olympic shooters shoot, and I've got the F Black in sporting in fibre wad, so plastic wad, fibre wad, and I'm going to pattern each one just to show you what the difference is between the patterns between the plastic shell and between a good all-round good fibre wad shell. Let's see what it is. So we're exactly 30 metres away from the pattern board. So I'm going to pattern the plastic Rossons first at 30 metres, then I'm going to pattern the fibre wad F Blacks at 30 metres. And over the next couple of months, we will pick on cartridge manufacturers, and we will do it with the different cartridge manufacturers to see what the difference is. It's not about the cartridges, it's just an interesting topic to see what happens. So I'm going to start with the plastic Rossons first. Now we're going to have a look at it. So if you look at how it's done with the plastic ones, it's a very equal spread across the whole board. So to me, that you ain't really going to get much better pattern on that. So now I'm going to use the fibre wad 8s through exactly the same choke as the plastic wads. The only difference from the shooting end, the fibre wad is a little bit more thumpier than the plastic wad cartridge, but I think that is generally across the board of any manufacturer. Fibre wad cartridges are slightly more thumpier than the plastic wad ones, which is another reason why the Olympic shooters do like the plastic wad, because they're that little bit smoother. So in this one, it's a lot more concentrated at the top, and this is the fibre wad shell, whereas the plastic wad was a lot more consistent over the whole pattern board. So you can see why some of the top end Olympic shooters or top end sporting shooters prefer plastic wad shells to fibre wad. But given all that, if plastic wad was banned tomorrow and we all had to use fibre, it's the same for everyone. So really, okay, it might be better, but they'll develop it and they'll get it better for fibre wad. So that was a reasonable top end cartridge, 2 top end cartridges. Okay, there's a little bit more different with the fibre wad, but generally, does it make that much odds? I think for the average Joe Blog shooter, it's a good test just to show you what the difference is between 2 cartridges. So if you think about shooting clay pigeon that size, it just goes to show how accurate or how good the shooter has got to be to actually completely break it. And that's why you'll see there's a lot of clays out there with holes in them, and you've got to get it absolutely smack on. This is where people practice and practice and practice to get that right. If you look at how they've got to break that clay. And this was with a quarter choke and a Browning 525. So an average run-the-mill sporting gun. We will do one to follow up on cheap cartridges. We'll do one on cheap cartridges versus expensive cartridges. We might even do one on English cartridges versus Italian cartridges. The one thing I would take out of this is, at the moment, the sport is under threat by lead, by plastic wad cartridges. I mean, a lot of the big grounds, the purpose-built grounds, can still use plastic wad cartridges. But if we had to change, would it make much odds? Maybe that's a question for you, the viewer. If we had to change from shooting plastic wad cartridges and everyone shoots fibre wad cartridges, would you be happy to change? Please comment below and let us know your feedback. I hope you enjoyed this programme. Please comment on any details you need below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.